Sunny day today, a little bit on the warm side. We're supposed to have a heat wave today, which Mom is thrilled, and we want the cold weather back, Josh and I do. So we're on our way to church, so good morning. Josh is having a little bit of a cough, so he's staying back home. And so anyway, hopefully you're all having a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I know I am. So far, so good. Slept well last night. Look at these beautiful flowers. Aren't those beautiful? Real quick as we're going. You can see the green is out. Hi, Jenna. Hi, Shatikwa. How are you? Good morning. You can see how beautiful and green it is in Ohio today. I don't know what temperature it's supposed to get up. Well, thank you for subbing, Jenna. Jenna, just so you know, on this channel, we do not crochet. I will crochet. A lot of times we're going to start doing rocking, connecting, and crocheting. And what that means is we're going to just turn this, what we call the lighthouse, turn it on, let you all talk and connect with each other, because we have a saying that says we crochet connection, no crochet hook is required. And you can call this channel, if you want to, Blessed to Connection if you would prefer, because you don't crochet. But we want people coming in here and being part of a community and having that support and having those connections. They're so important. This channel is growing, and we're going to have a couple topics this week. Kind of, you have those light bulb moments in this world, and I had one the other day. So we're going to have several topics over the next 2 weeks. One is going to be self-sabotage. We tend to do that. Personally, we tend to do it. And we also, even though I gain, for me, my reward for this channel is not, monetary. It is, I need the connection. I deal with fibromyalgia on a daily basis. I need the connection. And so because of that, that is so, so important for me to have that connection and have that, that interaction with everybody. It helps my mental well-being so much. This is my mother's channel, which she's right there driving. And so she gets any of the revenue that comes from this channel, and I'm thrilled to death. If it helps her buy a new pair of shoes or pay a bill easier, I'm thrilled to death. And so that is the way we work as far as Mom and I do. But in essence, I help with things on this channel. So I am a content creator. Mom's a content creator. And so sometimes in that space and in that world, we also tend to self-sabotage ourselves. So I'm going to do one that's going to talk about self-sabotaging yourself in a personal way, in our personal lives, and then also self-sabotaging ourselves coming from this side of the camera. Because once you become and you have a channel and you're doing content, you look at YouTube in a very, very different light than you do when you're looking at it from the other side. So we're going to do two different ones. The following week, because I really do believe when you self-sabotage yourself, which is sometimes really easy to do, if you've got a fire, if you're motivated to do something, or you're motivated to go forward, what happens is when you're self-sabotaging yourself, there's a fire brewing, beautiful fire, right? And then all you're doing is you're dumping water on it. And that doesn't serve anybody any good. When you dump the water, you kill the fire. So we got to get through the ways of not self-sabotaging ourselves. Hi, Jolton. Hopefully I said that right. Self-sabotaging ourselves in order to be able to get to the point of motivating. I did something yesterday. I did a 5-minute motivate. Hi, Corey. A 5-minute motivation, just an article that I found interesting, just kind of get things jump started. So the following week, we're going to do 2 topics talking about motivating ourselves personally, and also motivating ourselves from a YouTube perspective, from a content creator perspective, because you kind of have to separate them. When you're doing content and you're doing it on YouTube or social media, you really kind of have to separate your personal life from that. And you have to be authentic, but if your motivation is not there, if you self-sabotage yourself and you're not authentic, people can tell. They can tell if you're being fake. It comes through the camera. Hopefully y'all can tell I'm authentic. I'm as real as I can be. I ain't putting on anything. I'm just myself. A girl from Florida, transplanted in Ohio, never going back to Florida. I know, Mom, I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't want to. I love the fall and I love the winter, my favorite times of year. So we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to start doing what is called rocking, connecting, and crocheting. I'll be the one crocheting. You want to bring your crochet projects, that's fine. But we're going to start doing that, and I sit on our little back porch with the rocking chair and whatever project I'm working on, and we sit and we just chit-chat. And sometimes we're quiet. The other night we went out, the birds were chirping, and let them sing, and I'll be quiet. You guys can just chit-chat in the chat. Sometimes the magic happens, a lot of times, within the chat. You guys help to support each other versus what happens behind the camera. And so we're going to start doing that, and it may change every week, as long as it's not raining and as long as it's not blistering hot outside. We'll be okay. By 7 o'clock, usually around 7 or 8, you could probably figure it's going to happen. 7 or 8 o'clock at night, it's pretty cool, and we can go out. My phone will last for about 2 hours, and we can go out and just have a chit chat. And so one thing that really does for me is we're trying to go live every day, because it's my birthday month, every day but Monday for sure, and we do a ride to church on Sunday, and then the rest of the day is kind of just relaxing. Because my aunt passed in March and I had some health issues, I kind of was off the beaten path on YouTube, and it's time to kind of get back into the swing of things. And so we're trying to kind of do that, kind of get back in the algorithm of things, and just to connect with you and continue to grow the channel. And so we're just going to start doing that. And I figured out how to kind of start doing it, because I have to do it when I do that through the YouTube app, which tends to have YouTube push us out a little bit further. And so I can schedule them. So I will start scheduling them like I did today. And actually what I'll start doing is start putting the Sunday drives on schedule. Usually they're pretty accurate, about 9:05, 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. So I can pretty accurately get to when those are going to happen. So I can schedule them so you kind of know when we're coming live. And I can schedule the crochet and the rocking, connecting, and crocheting. We'll be able to schedule those so you kind of know when we're going to be and when we're going to be live. Oh, she's getting off this thing. I don't do highways well. I did pretty good because I was talking. As long as I'm talking, I'm doing pretty good. But I usually don't like highways. So anyway, that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We're getting off this thing. Thank you, fool. Boy, she's El Speedo when it comes on Sunday morning. Anyway, so that's what we're... that's what we're gonna be doing. Because what that does when we sit, just for those people that when those people that are coming on in, when we do those, just sit and we're gonna rock and chit chat and connect, which is so important. And then we're going to I love crocheting, of course. What that does is it really takes things off my plate, because I don't have to think of a topic. I don't know how people do it. Hi, Chair Bear. I don't know how people do it when they come in and they have to have a topic every day. I have no idea how they do it, because that would wear me out. And so I really have been enjoying those times. We've only done them a couple, but we're going to start doing them a little bit more, because it's summer and of course going into fall. Now, I love this channel and I love you all, but I am not sitting out in the middle of the snow doing that, so that's not going to happen. So once it starts getting cold and in the 20-30 degrees, we'll just have to do it in another part of our house. But I'm not going out. I will go out there and walk and show you all of the snow when I can, but I'm not going to sit there and take the chair out in the middle of snow and crochet. That's not going to happen. But it's beautiful now, as you can see. It's summer in Ohio, beautiful, and so we're going to start doing that, because I want to really drive home community. And of course, it's really, really important that we have community and connection and support in our local communities. But we also need times where, especially if you're dealing, like myself, with a chronic illness, which is dealing with chronic pain, some days it's just too hard to go out. I have been, hi cruising, it's fun anytime, welcome on in. I have been really struggling with my energy level. It has just really been hit hard over the past two and a half months to 3 months. And so I'm trying to slowly build that back. But that has been part of the difficulty getting motivated to do things, because I've got the kind of exhausting, tired feeling, which comes naturally with fibromyalgia. How fun! But it also has been coming with just, I was knocked down, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And it will happen. It just is going to take some time. But community becomes important. And I think when I first, got into YouTube, I really didn't realize, quite frankly, that, this is just a place to go watch videos. And it wasn't until 2023 of April that I realized, wait a minute, you can actually connect on this platform. You can actually make these connections and build a support system. And I so wish I had had that when I was raising my daughter, because it was a very, very lonely time in my life. I had raised a beautiful, highly functioning, autistic, beautiful girl. She's married. She's working. I done good. I didn't do everything perfectly, far from it, but I done good. And I so wish that I had a place like this and several other communities that do live chats that I have found, that I really wish that I could be involved in and have that support system. And just a little side note, if you're someone that, let's just say, is in a specific niche, see, we have connections, so we can kind of go anywhere. A specific niche when it comes to YouTube, go outside of it if you're trying to build and make awareness to your channel. Like if you're a cruising channel, I'll use cruising as fun anytime, I'm sure, and I'm going to take a snapshot of that so I make sure I'm connected with you. If you're if you're talking about cruising, then get into other channels. Like you're coming into this channel. That brings connection and that brings awareness to your channel to other places. And so it's important to, whether or not you're a content creator or whether you're just trying to find community, go into fishing channels, go into cruising channels, go into homestead channels. You're going to find places that do lives that are trying to bring people together and connecting. And I was in Foodie Vacations last night, and they were talking about cruising. Well, we don't have a port anywhere near where we are in Ohio. And I don't see me going on a cruise anytime soon, but it was interesting to listen to their experiences. And like cruising anytime is saying, I went outside of my niche. It was interesting to learn about different experiences that they have had on cruising ships. And also just connect with some awesome people. And I'm thankful for that. I've gone into homestead channels, fishing channels, any place that I can be in where I can see alive. It's positive, it's upbeat, and sometimes I've had lives where we were talking about some pretty serious topics, and there's been times I've done a live where I've cried, especially over the past 3 months as I've dealt with my aunt's passing. So, but that's what community is. That's what support becomes. People that come on in, they know you're dealing with something pretty heavy. The night my aunt died, we went up to see Christina. We told her, that's my daughter. Growing outside your niche, absolutely. We went up to see her. I told her that I would never tell her that somebody passed over the phone. It would always be in person. And she lives about an hour away. So we got up there. We were on the phone with her actually, and we told her, just so you know, we're in the driveway, and she knew, you know, oh, but you're on here, and that's awesome. Anyway, we went up to see her, and then we said, we're in your driveway. And she knew then that, my aunt had passed. And we held off telling our YouTube community because they had kind of followed the journey of that. And so we did. And so on the way home, I put up the live and said, put the thing up. And I had 20 people in that live coming in there that were just there as tears were kind of rolling down my face. And I was telling them, and I was trying to somewhat process the fact that this was actually had happened. We knew it was coming. It was just kind of well, the words may be scattered, but you're doing it. That's the important thing. You're doing it. And so I was crying throughout the live, and even I did a daily devotion, several of them after her passing, and they were all fitting to the topic, the over her, and I still am. And yet people were there supporting. So we're here for each other during good times and difficult times. We're almost to church. So I'm going to end like I always do. Be proud of being yourself because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And remember, we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And remember, today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice, and be glad it is. We will see you on Tuesday. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a good Sunday. And if you're in a heat advisory, stay cool. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. God bless, and bye-bye for now.